research. I have finished my master's in biological research and am pursuing my research career in neuroscience. Now, teaching is a passion, so I like teaching. I like preparing students, young students for boards, for medical entrances, for research career, if they wish to go into research or in any other field related to biology. So that's why I've taken up teaching. And yes, that's about me. If you want to ask something, you can ask. And let's start with your introduction, Mariyam. What's up? You know that you have joined late. You are late in the year, in the academic year. You're taking some classes somewhere else, or
no, sir. Actually, I've been self-studying until now.
Okay. And now you felt like giving it a shot. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. We'll talk about it. But tell me about yourself, your school, and why have you taken biology? What you want to do with biology as a subject? What are your ambitions after your school, etc.? Yes, Mariyam.
Okay. My name is Mariyam, and I've been studying in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, and my school's name is International Indian School, Jeddah, and I'm studying in 12th with PCB.
PCB. And, so you do not have maths. Okay.
No. I've been really wanted to study biology because in science the only field of interest is bio for me, not physics and chemistry. And actually my ambitions are I want to become a doctor, so bio is like my main field of interest.
Yes, so you want to become you want to give a try to MBBS and you want to become a doctor. Anything specific you have thought in doctor? Like after MBBS you will become a physician. You want to go to some specific things? Are you interested in something like surgery or some like gynae?
Yeah, I am kind of interested in radiologists and physiotherapy.
That's great. Radiologists, we need good radiologists. I have a friend who recently got into MD radiology, and we are very, very proud of him. Okay, so anyway, that's very noble a pursuit that you want to do in your career, Mariyam, and I wish you all the best. And talking about Learnivio and my biology classes, so as I've already told you, you told me that you like biology more than other subjects, but let me, not to scare you, but you should know this, that to become a MBBS, 50 biology can take you only to 50%. You know that?
Yes.
Out of 180 questions, are you also planning to give NEET? Are you planning to give the medical entrance NEET?
I've not yet decided about it.
Not yet decided. Okay, but any medical entrance you go for, they have 50% weightage for biology only. It can take you as far, but rest 50%, 25% and 25% comes from chemistry and physics. You know that? 11th, 12th.
Yes, I
do. Your physics and chemistry syllabus also has to be at par with biology. Once you get into the medicine field, then you focus 90% on biology only, and only 10% is required of the biophysics like optics, or some if you go into radiology, then you will need some chemistry also, isotopes, radioactive isotopes, how they kill the cells, etc. But that's something far-fetched, so let's first come to the basics. So I will advise you that even if you do not like a subject, just keep it in your memo, in your to-do as a task. If you want to become a doctor, you have to be good in physics. Okay, same goes for me. So I am pursuing a research in neuroscience, but I have to be good with chemistry and physics, because we do a lot of things in experiments that involves electricity, concepts of electricity, because we put that to read a neuron, to study a neuron, you have to put an electrode in the head of the organism, whatever organism you are studying on. You put an electrode, then you take some signal inputs. So we should know the concepts of voltage, because we use voltage gated channels in the neurons. We should know the concepts of optics, what is emission, what is excitation, because we do that. We also should know the concept of chemistry, because we use calcium ions to study the neurons. So that's always there. Science is interdisciplinary. Just for the sake of simplicity and for the sake of division and making it easier, we have divided it in chemistry, physics, and biology. But if you are a good student of science, try to inculcate this habit of looking at science as science. Earlier, scientists were not divided like physicists, botanists, zoologists, biologists, or chemists. We named them because they did something in some or the other field, but they actually were just logical thinkers, nothing else. Giving you an example, you know about Mendel? You must be knowing about Mendel. You must have studied about Mendel in your school by now, right? Chapter 5 is all about his works. Inheritance. He gave laws of inheritance, right?
Yes, sir.
Who was Mendel? You know who was Mendel? We call him the father of genetics. Clearly, he's one of the greatest biologists. You can say that. But you know that he was not a biologist. He had a formal education in physics. He was a physicist who loved mathematics. And he was the first scientist to use the concepts of mathematics to justify or to explain the phenomena of biology. That Punnett square that you make to figure out the genotypic and phenotypic ratio, he was the first one to say that through mathematics we can explain genetics. Okay, so what will you call Mendel? Mathematician, a physicist, a biologist, or what? You will call him a good student of science, a scientist, right?
Yes.
Same is a doctor. So this is just to buck you up and just buckle up and also pay attention to other subjects. Now coming to biology, because I will be tutoring you and training you in this subject. So as I've already told you, it's a passion for me to train students to crack these entrance examinations. And first thing first, tell me what's happening in your school. So this is the trial class where I get to know you, what kind of teaching you need, where are you currently, from where I should begin. So what's happening in school? Because till now you were self-studying. So what chapters have already been done, you have studied, and you have given an exam of?
We have studied the chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, and the chapter 10 of biology. And the chapter 1 is deleted from a portion. So it was just for the knowledge. We haven't been written exam for it. And chapter 2, 3, 4, I have given an exam for it.
So 2, 3, 4 exams are done.
Yes.
Okay. So this was the reproductive unit, right? Chapter 1 is fundamental. It is foundational chapter. So though it is omitted from the school syllabus, from the CBSE or the board syllabus, but it is important for entrances. You understand that, right? Because it has many concepts of reproduction in the lower organisms, like budding, fragmentation, regeneration, all that. So you should also, it's good that you have also done chapter 1. Many schools do not even teach it because it's deleted. And I think, that's not good for a student. So reproductive unit is done. Cool. What about chapter 5 onwards? Have you done chapter 5 in school?
No, sir. We have just finished the chapter 10. Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you have not done 5 and you are directly on 10. What is chapter 10?
Yes. Microbes in human welfare.
Okay, that's one small chapter that I think that it was just before your holidays, because I know that in Gulf, in Middle East, there is holidays also. Is your holidays going on right now?
Yeah, my summer vacation is going on.
Okay, so microbes in human welfare. So this is a good, you can just a filler chapter. So it's a small chapter. It talks about microbial infections. It's okay. So genetics has not been started in your school. Do you know what they will do after chapter 10? Have they told you any plan for the next upcoming exams?
Not anything about which chapter will be done. I guess it will be chapter 5, but we have a half yearly exam coming up on October.
So yeah, that's then I'm sure. So in October, your reproductive unit. So this is your reproductive unit, along with your genetic unit. So the next thing that you will go for is genetics. Okay. So chapter 5, 6, 7. And then 10 will be a filler chapter that they can give you in your October half yearly. So you have next exam in October, nothing before
Yeah.
that, right? No
No,
unit tests, nothing.
No, we have an exam in October and 7 chapters are coming. That is the reproductive unit and chapter 5 and 6, 8 and 10. Chapter
Okay.
7 is not there for exam.
Is not there for exam. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 10. So we have to worry about currently 5, 6, 8 and 10. So this is your future for October, right? Okay, very well. So Mariyam, what I can suggest, what we can do is, and also tell me what are your preferred days to study biology? Are you also taking other subjects at Learnivio? Have you started any other subject?
Yeah, today was my first day and just before bio class, I attended the physics class.
Again, a trial, half an hour trial, right?
Yes.
So when are you joining the physics class? Any idea? Because accordingly we will place your biology classes. And currently in the biology classes, we are on chapter 6. Okay, so this was your portion. Now I'm telling you about Learnivio, like where I lie. So at Learnivio, the batches that I am taking, I am at chapter 6. Okay, I started from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is how I am going. Okay, so I'm on chapter 6 and chapter 5 has been done. So this is ongoing. So you can just join the classes from this, any class you join. And for chapter 5, let me first tell you for chapter 5. This is the plan. So my classes are recorded, okay? We have the recorded lectures for chapter 5. So you will get your hands on all the lectures of mine for chapter 5. And now it's your holiday. So whenever you get time apart from your Learnivio classes that you are joining, you just see those recordings, make notes, and try to understand what you can in chapter 5 through that recorded class lecture of mine. And what we can do is, if you join, are you okay with joining Monday weekends? Like, will weekends work for you? Saturday, Sunday for biology?
Yeah, Sunday is fine for me because Sunday is not a weekend for me.
Okay. Oh, the weekend there is Friday, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Saturday is, how's Saturday for you? Sorry, Saturday is good?
Yeah, Saturday also is fine.
Okay, so what we'll do is, you will take the video links of chapter 5 study, make notes, and whatever batch you will join my classes half an hour earlier than other people in the batch. And we will, in that half an hour, I'll start chapter 5 with you again. This is when you will be done with your video lectures and your notes. Then you come up with your doubts, so that in that half an hour, so we will have 2, 3, 4 such extra classes for you. And in that, I will wind up chapter 5 for you. And chapter 5 is already ongoing, so that you can join. And then next, from here onwards, your chapter 8 and 10 can be taken care of. Okay, so this is in progress. Before October, I will finish till chapter 10 for sure, including chapter 7 also, even if it is not coming in your exam. But you know, different schools have different syllabus, and I have to accommodate for all. So till chapter 10, even more than that, I will finish by October. Okay, before October. Okay, Mariyam, works for you?
Yes, sir.
So this is where this is sorted with your joining. Now about chapter 1, 2, 3, 4. Just because the exams are done, you know, it's not like I will not teach you these chapters, because reproductive unit is a very, very important unit. If you would have joined from the beginning, you would have realized it, that the reproductive unit, if you understand that, then genetics becomes easier. So about these 1, 2, 3, 4, first thing will be, again, you get all the lecture notes and video lectures and make notes first thing. And we'll try to figure out some extra classes for this chapter, because there are other students also who have now joined with you. So they have also started from chapter 5 or 6. So for those, once I go through, like I finish the syllabus, then we can have some doubt classes and extra classes to make these concepts stronger, because ultimately these chapters are important for entrance, right? Reproductive unit is important for entrance, NEET or any other medical entrance you give. Okay, so that's the plan. I think it will work. Cool. Now quickly let me tell you about what is the teaching methodology, how I teach, and what I will be teaching if you are joining my classes. So as you said, Mariyam, you really like biology as a subject, but coming to practical terms, let me tell you, like studying more than 13 years now in biology as a subject, starting from, so we start studying biology separately from class 9th, right? Yes, 9th is the first time that we know something is biology. Before that, it is all science. So biology has immense potential to become boring very, very fast as a subject. It is very interesting till you are understanding everything. Okay, and because you have a zeal to become a doctor and to understand human body and living system, probably you will have more motivations to start biology. But after some time, when things become more and more complicated and there are many technical terms that you have to remember, biology students start feeling repulsion from the subject, because you have to learn a lot. This is one standing criticism for the subject, that you have to learn a lot, you have to memorize a lot, right? You also agree?
Yes, sir.
Or not? So one thing is learning. In biology, there are two types of questions that we study or we research or we find or we discuss. One is what is this, what is that, define this, define that, what does this term means, what this term means, etc., etc. These what type of questions are very factual, they are fact based. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it, right? What is the name of the enzyme that helps in glycolysis? If you know it, you know it. You cannot make you cannot apply a formula to find out that enzyme, correct? Yes or no? Now this is the part which is very, very difficult for many students. And in my teaching, like with the experience of teaching, I have realized that certain changes has to be done, and I've done these changes from last few years. So this part I deal or I teach students through terminology. In biology, if you study the words and you understand the words, the technical terms of biology, because the terms mean something. Now these words are not regular words that we use in our day-to-day life. That's why they become difficult for us to remember. But if we can associate these words with our learning, then biology becomes easier, and you do not have to memorize a lot. Let me give you an example. So how I do this is, you will make a copy for my subject separately, and you will leave the first few pages or the last few pages empty, where you will make a terminology section. So you will write terminology and meaning. This is like making your own personalized biology dictionary. And because you are yourself making it, so by the end of the syllabus, you will have a multiple terms organized, the meaning of which you already know, because it will be repeated multiple times. For example, let me start with some basic thing. You know what is cytoplasm, Mariyam?
Yes.
This is a biological word. What is cytoplasm?
The fluid-like structure present in the nucleus.
Not in the nucleus, in the cell. Which is in the nucleus is called nucleoplasm, right? What you are talking about is nucleoplasm. So from good. So you at least know. Do you know what does the word cyto means in biology?
No, sir.
It means cell. And if you know this now, so now you know cyto means cell. Everywhere, wherever it comes in biology, it means cell. Okay. And the word plasm means fluid. Clear?
Yes,
now,
sir.
If you know that cyto means cell and plasm means fluid, from now onwards, you do not have to remember the definition of cytoplasm, that it is the fluid-filled content present in the cell. Okay, you just know it is the fluid of the cell. Clear? Similarly, the word nucleo means nucleus. And what does the word plasm means?
Fluid.
So what is nucleoplasm?
The fluid that is present in the nucleus.
Perfect. Did you have to remember it now?
No.
Now, since you know cyto, let me ask you, do you know, you also must have heard a word called cytokinesis in biology.
Yes, I've heard of it, but I don't know what does it mean.
But you know what the cyto means now.
Yeah, cell.
So you know at least it is something that's happening or which is in the cell, right?
Yes.
If I tell you the meaning of the word kinesis is division, can you tell me what is cytokinesis?
It is the cell division process.
Perfect. Did you have to remember it?
No, sir.
So this is how the what part of biology becomes less bulkier and easier to understand and remember, because you are utilizing these words in your biological discussions on a daily basis. So this is what I do in the class. Now, since you know cyto and kinesis both now, you also know this thing. Now, if I ask you what does the word karyokinesis means? Now, you do not know the meaning of karyo, but you know the meaning of kinesis, right? Kinesis is
Division.
And if I tell you the word karyo in biology is for nucleus. If it is nucleo, it is very clear that it is nucleus. But if it is karyo, so nucleoplasm can also be called karyoplasm. But we do not use that word now. The word that is used is nucleoplasm. But karyo means nucleus. So can you tell me what is karyokinesis now?
Nucleus division.
Nuclear division. So when a cell divides, you have studied this in your class 11th in the cell division chapter, right? First the nucleus divides, then the cell divides. So karyokinesis followed by cytokinesis. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Becomes easier. Since you want to become a doctor, do you know what are the doctors who treat heart diseases are called?
Cardiologist.
Exactly, perfect. Do you know what does the word cardio in biology means? Now you know.
Heart.
It's always related to
Heart.
heart. If you go to a gym, they call you, they tell you to do cardio exercises. They mean to say those exercises which will make your heart beat faster are called cardio exercises, like running. If you are, just lifting weights, that's not cardio, because a particular muscle is being trained, but your heart is not beating faster. So that's cardio. Cardio is always related to heart. Now, if I tell you there is a word called cardiocyte, what is a cardiocyte? You know the word of the
in cell.
site. Yes.
So cardiocyte is the heart cells.
Exactly. It is the cell it is one cell of the heart. A single cell of the heart is called cardiocyte. And heart is a muscular organ or a stiff organ with bones?
Muscular organ.
Does it have any bones?
No.
So all the cells in the heart are muscles, right?
Yes.
Have you heard of the term called hemoglobin?
Yes.
As a doctor, what does the word globin means? Protein. It is a protein, type of a protein, globular protein. And the word hemo means blood. So the protein present in the blood, which gives blood the red color, is called hemoglobin. Yes? Which also carries oxygen.
Yes, sir.
And I told you that all the cells in the heart are muscular. There is a word which we use for muscles, and it's called myo. Myo means muscle. So a cardiocyte actually is called cardiomyocyte. Now, if a question comes, it's a legit one marker question. What is a cardiomyocyte? It is a muscle cell of the heart. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Have you also heard of the word called myoglobin?
No.
No, but now you have heard. So it is exactly the same kind of protein. It is a globin protein, which is not present in blood, but is present in
Muscles.
Muscles. So myoglobin is the globin protein of the muscles. You understand? Things
Yes, sir.
become easier when you understand it through the technical terms of biology. So do you like this method of learning?
Yes, sir. A lot, actually.
Yes. And I've realized this in last 2-3 years, especially in the offline mode, that students have benefited from this a lot. So earlier, I also, struggled with too much of information load in biology when I started biology. Then I realized I did it for myself. I started learning biology through term. If you understand the term, you understand half of the biology. You understand the what part, what it is. If you understand cytokinesis, oh, cyto means cell, kinesis means division. So I understand what it is. It is a cell division process. Now, all what is left to understand is how it happens, right? Which is the second part. Second part of the teaching of my teaching deals with how or why. So basically, these are conceptual part, the conceptual portion, which has concepts and mechanisms and processes. And for this, I do active discussion in the class. Everyone in my class has to do discussions, has to put their opinions on the table. My classes are never going to be a monologue. It's always a dialogue between me and you. And whatever mechanism I start, see, I am teaching not because I don't know it. I know it. I am teaching it for you. So you have to know it. And you have to agree that you understand and you accept my teaching. And for that, you have to discuss. You have to counter question. If you think that's not logical, you have to ask me, but why? But how? Things like that. So once what part becomes easier, how and why is concepts, it's logic. So logic is always easier to understand. If I tell you that, water is water is there in the clouds and then they fall on the ground as rain, it's not difficult for you to understand. You will not ask why in the clouds there is no milk or orange juice, why only water, right? Because the mechanism, you know the water cycle, right?
Yes, sir.
So this becomes easier when what becomes easier. So this is how I teach in the classes. I hope this will work for you as well, Mariyam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll reach back to the operations team and I'll tell them that would you like to join?
Yes, sir.
So
Definitely.
take few classes and then decide. So I'll tell them to put you in the weekend batch. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Which is your KSA time. It will be KSA, let's say 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Work for you, right?
Are there any other time slots?
Other time slots right now on weekends, it's not there.
No issue.
One is, this will be like, I think this batch will suit because you will start from chapter 6.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So join it and you will get other options if there are some major issues. If you have issues with the timing, then we can sort it out. But if you do not have any major issues, I'll advise that you stick with this.
Okay, but where can I get the recorded lectures of you, sir?
Yes, right. So you must be getting a message from a number, a WhatsApp message. You must have received a link for this particular class through some message number, right? So you just reply back there and tell me that I would like to join. Just mention my name. My name is Rahul, biology batch for 12th, and you want the recorded lectures for chapter 5. Okay. And
so do I not start with chapter 1, 2, 3, 4?
Don't do it now. You can do it in your free time, but first you also have to fill the gap for chapter 5. You have to start with chapter 6. So first you do for chapter 5, then you get in a zone where you are on the same page as of other students and the batch. Okay, let's do that. Then in your free time, once the syllabus is towards the end, because you are not going to give a school exam again for chapter 2, 3, and 4, right? That's where
I will be giving, sir, half yearly.
Yes, right.
But those chapters are kind of thorough with me, so even I will. I prefer starting with this.
Okay, cool. So you take those first. Take chapter 5's link, go through it. Then you can also, when you are finished with that, take chapter 4, 3, and 2. Go in a backward direction. Revise that as well. If you have any doubt from any chapter, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm giving you a free pass. you can bring all your doubts to me in that half an hour slot that I'll just do with you. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, very well. So bye, Mariyam. I'll see you in the class, hopefully.
Thank you so much, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
Good night. Okay, Iram. Hi, how are you? It was just I was taking an extra class. Iram, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm
You're
well.
good?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, so just allow me a 2 minutes break. Okay, I'll just get some water and come back. And by
Yeah,
that
sure.
time, others will also join, and then we'll start.
Okay.
Is Aisha joining today?
Yeah, she'll be joining.
Yeah, please text her if you can that she should also join, and I'll
Okay.
be back in a couple of minutes, and we can start.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening, Iram and Aisha. How are you? How are you, Aisha? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Okay, Aisha, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. So where did we leave in the last class? We have done till yes, we did the endomembrane system, gram
We
positive,
started
gram
from
negative.
ribosomes.
We start from ribosomes. Yes. Okay, so let's start with a quick recap from ribosomes. And who will it be? Iram? Aisha was not present in the last class, right? I think she missed a class. She was out or somewhere. Okay, Aisha. Try not to miss the classes. Okay, Iram, would you like to give a recap for Aisha?
Yeah,
And for
sure.
me? Yeah.
Okay, so the first is ribosomes. Firstly, ribosomes are the protein synthesis factory, or you can say it as a site of protein synthesis in a cell. Ribosomes are made up of